Hey guys, Chelsea from Attention to Details here in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and today we have a 2008 Volvo. We're going to be working on just the exterior today. It definitely needs some love, but we're going to go ahead and do a wash, a chemical decon, clay bar treatment. We're going to do a paint enhancement. This paint is pretty rough, but because it's a 2008, we're not going to be super aggressive because some of the UV protection is probably already gone from the clear coat. So we don't want to create further issues for the customer with clear coat failure. So we'll do some paint gauge thickness reading, kind of see what's going on, see what we can do. And then we're going to go ahead and do our paint enhancement and then apply a 12-month coating. Now the customer just kind of wants something affordable, easy to apply. So for those of you that want to put down a quick and easy protection for your vehicle that's probably going to last around 12 months, we're going to go ahead and share that product with you in coming up. So let's go ahead and get her prepped and we'll pull her inside and get her polished. Before we get her cleaned up, here is the before condition of our vehicle. See, there's not a whole lot of protection on here. The customer said she just waxed this a few months ago, but it looks pretty flat. Our trim is a little bit faded. We definitely have some oxidized headlights. We'll go ahead and clean that up with our paint enhancement. Wheels, we're going to go ahead and do a really good cleaning on them. You can see where I kind of ran my finger over to see wipe some of the dirt off. We need a good acid-based wheel cleaner to get a lot of that caked on brake dust off. Just doing a quick, there were a lot of swirls and scratches. This is actually a really pretty blue metallic flake. We got some oil or grease, but there are a lot of swirls and scratches on this when I examined it last night. See, they did take it through the car wash, but we've got a lot of what I would call road boogers, kind of the stuff that's all over the road, sometimes worm debris, stuck on paint, tar, etc., that kind of gets splattered up on your lower panels, and that's normally what clogs a lot of your protection, is all of those contaminants that just build up over time. So here's the before. Let's go ahead, get her washed, pull her in, and then we'll show you the condition of the paint before we do our paint enhancement. Alright, so we have done a wash, a decontamination, and we have dried everything. It's essentially a strip wash. We have nothing on the panels. After kind of assessing the condition of the paint, you can see we've got some pretty heavy swirls on here. And this is actually a respray. You can see it's actually a really bad respray. There's a lot of actually color differentiation. We've got on the paint thickness gauge, everything seems to be around 4 to 5 microns of thickness. This is like 1.9, so I will have to be very careful on this. Just do essentially like one quick pass, try to get what I can get up. We're going to be doing our headlights as well, but you can see we've got a lot of defects on this hood. Some bird poop etching that had sat on there for too long, some sap or some things. You can just see there's a lot of issues on the clear coat that a polish may help, but it's not going to really eliminate. We actually have up here, it looks like it was egged previously. This is kind of like telltale sign that an egg hit the vehicle. Just the clear coat's kind of like micro fractured underneath. We've got our pillars, need a really good enhancement. It's got this really beautiful blue metallic flake to it. So we're going to go ahead, test out a couple different polishes, compounds. I'll show you a quick glance of what kind of results that we can get. In fact, I can tell you this is a respray too. This was like 9 mils on the paint thickness, and everything else was 4. And you can actually see there's like a slight difference. This is like a darker hue. This is more like a purplish blue metallic flake, and then this is more of a navy. So, and it looks like maybe these were done simultaneously. The color is pretty similar, but this one, the clear, they just, I don't know what happened there. But some of these deeper scratches maybe blend a little bit, but if your fingernail catches on them, there's really not a whole lot that you can do for them. It looks like we have something else that etched into the paint here. There's some deeper scratches she showed me here, and then also here, and then it looks like something ran up against it here too. So I'm gonna allot probably 2.5 hours for the paint enhancement, and then we will do a panel wipe and the coating. So I'll bring you back to show you what kind of results we can get with our polish.
Alright guys, we are done with our paint enhancement using the 3D1 polish and the light cutting purple pad from 3D. I actually really enjoyed that pad and polish combo. It did a fantastic job on this hammered paint, bringing back a lot of gloss and shine. Like I said, we weren't going for paint perfection on this because, one, the year, two, several resprayed panels throughout the vehicle, and just to have a consistent finish on the vehicle, that's just kind of the route that we decided to go, or I decided to go. We've already applied our Lone Star Trim Restore. Our trim looks fantastic. It looks almost as good as new. And now we are ready to apply our ceramic coating. So the ceramic coating we're going to be using today is TEC580 or Technician's Choice Ceramic Coating. Now this is a polysiloxane coating. It's going to last anywhere from 12 to 24 months based on how you maintain it. Here in Pennsylvania, because we have heavy road salts, road film, a lot of times customers are going to take it through an automatic non-touch car wash, which it's going to be kind of exposing it to some harsher chemicals. I always tell customers 10 to 12 months just to be safe. You can also maintain this with their Technician's Choice Ceramic Detail Spray. That is a fan favorite, fantastic smell, really nice gloss and shine, makes the paint super slick. So that is a product that I highly recommend. If you use this product, you want to pick up a bottle of their Technician's Choice Ceramic Detail Spray as well. Very, very affordable. I'll put the link for that down below as well. If you plan on using this product, that's a great way. As you wash your vehicle, you go to dry it, spray on a couple sprays. It's going to make sure your hydrophobics are staying nice and tight, and you're going to have maximum protection, and you're going to get maximum results out of this product. Now, if you neglect it, if you don't wash your vehicle frequently, if you hit it with a lot of harsh APCs or alkaline degreasers, are you going to get that 12 to 24 months range? Probably not. A lot of times when you have extremely user-friendly products, you're not going to have very durable or a lot of chemical resistance. But if you maintain this properly, you can expect that 12 to 24 months, especially if you use their detail spray. Now, the reason why I like this product so much, I can actually apply this just as fast as I would a sealant, but it's going to give the customer long-term results. The last time I picked this up, I think it was off of eBay. I picked this up for $26, $27 a bottle, and I can get 2 to 3 cars out of this one bottle. So it's well worth it for me to just kind of do a quick upsell for the customer. It's affordable for me, and it's going to give them great results. And as I go ahead and apply this, we're going to just kind of briefly talk about this product. This is a new bottle. We have a applicator pad here. You want to prime it with a generous amount of the solution. And then after we have this primed, we only need to do, maybe 10 drops per panel. Now this product has about a 1 to 2 minute flash time. And it has that really nice indicative sweating feature that is very common for polysiloxane coatings. We're just going to do back and forth, up and down. I'm going to apply just a little bit more. We're just going to do this half together. So here's what our coating looks like in time lapse as it is starting to set up on the panel. You can see when you apply it, it has a very watery or wet look to it. And as the coating starts to bond with the clear coat, it's actually going to start to repel the transfer solution. This isn't a very high solids coating, but because of that, you have a more forgiving one. Even if you were to let this sit for a longer period of time, it's still going to be pretty forgiving to remove, but you want to make sure that you have a light touch when you are leveling it. You don't want to press down heavily or wipe excessively because it's not the most tenacious. But if you have a light touch as you apply, it will be a very easy on, easy off process. You can see I'm just trying to accelerate it here by fanning it. And as far as the sections that you apply initially, you want to try to stick to those sections as you wipe it off.
Going to use our first low GSM towel to kind of get the majority of the transfer solution off. Follow up with a second towel and then a third plush towel just to kind of give us that last light touch, make sure we don't have any transfer solution left behind. As you are leveling this product, it can have a tendency, because there is so much transfer solution left behind, to kind of create that high spot for you as you push the solution off to the side. So just be sure as you go over to kind of overlap those sections just to make sure you don't have any high spots left behind. But very forgiving coating to apply, very user friendly, and that's why I really recommend this for a lot of beginners, just to kind of get comfortable with coatings, how they are applied.
I always kind of do the hood first and then the roof, and then I will work my way from one side all the way around the vehicle, so that way you can have seamless work around the vehicle. And like I said, about 30 minutes I should be able to work my way around this vehicle. This is actually, in my opinion, easier to apply than some sealants that are on the market. So we're going to go into time lapse and show you how quickly we can get around a vehicle. We're going to let this set up for 24 hours before we expose it to any moisture. It's a very rainy day, and tomorrow we're supposed to have freezing rain. So we for sure want to make sure that this stays in the garage for a good 24 hours before we expose it to the road salts and the elements that are here in PA. I know that on their bottle it says, you know, you can release it within at least 30 minutes, but just to give it that maximum cure time, we're going to give it 24 hours. So you can go by the instructions, but that's just my personal opinion. Most coatings are going to be 12 to 24 hours before you get it wet, 7 days before you wash it with any sort of soaps. So let's go ahead, get this applied, and we'll show you the end result when we are all done.
So real quick, as we go into time lapse, I just want to illustrate to you how quickly you can get around the vehicle. For those of you that have never applied a coating before, you can see first I started off with the hood, then I worked my way to the roof, side pillars, the rear view mirrors, get all of kind of the upper portions done on the vehicle, and then we're going to work on the lower panels and just kind of work our way around the vehicle. But this is just going to speed up your process and make sure that you're not kind of rubbing up against portions that already have coating. As I'm applying the coating, take note how much difference there is in gloss levels on this just visually. I don't have a gloss meter, but you can see a huge increase in gloss from applying this coating. So that's pretty impressive.
So we're going to go ahead and apply it to this panel here. You can see just a few drops on my pad. And if you wonder where you stopped and started, you can always overlap. It's not going to hurt it. You can do your taillights, your plastic trim. We've already done our trim restore though, so we're going to just do the paint for this vehicle. So about four drops each time now that my pad is really nice and primed. The biggest thing when you go to level this, you don't want to have a heavy hand. You want a very light touch. Flip to a fresh side with your microfiber after, you know, every panel or every other at least. And just be mindful of maybe your tighter areas. That's why, I don't know if you noticed when we were in time lapse, me going very carefully over these pieces here or along the door handle, because a lot of times your coating is those are gonna be prone to high spots just because that's harder for you to get your microfiber towel in there. So just be very mindful that you go over those maybe a little bit extra to make sure you don't have any high spots. But this is a very easy product that if you do have high spots, it's very easy to wipe them off even the next day. If it's stubborn, you can always just reapply fresh product and then buff off. But I haven't had any issues with high spots in the past with this. Normally I don't have high spots because it's just so easy to remove, but that is kind of a problem that's eliminated. So we're just going to quick finish out this side of the vehicle and go ahead and level. And see, that was actually 15 minutes. So probably another 10 minutes will be done. So in 25 minutes, I can have this entire vehicle coated and protected. So that's why, for those of you that are wanting something quick and easy, this is a fantastic product to have, either for customers or for you as the enthusiast. You know, if you have an hour or so, prep is always key. You want to make sure you do a proper wash, a decontamination, either with a chemical iron remover, clay bar treatment, or both. If your paint needs to be polished, go ahead and do that. I always recommend at least at minimum a paint enhancement with a dedicated polish, no all-in-ones, no cleaner waxes, nothing like that that has protection in it. Do a panel prep wipe to remove all the polishing oils, and then go ahead and apply your ceramic coating. Prep is key for you to have that durability that you're looking for. If there's any sort of bonded contaminants, then the coating is not going to be able to bond with the paint. It's going to kind of wash off with those contaminants in the future. So prep is really going to go a long way with this coating lasting. So we're going to finish removing this coating, and we're going to let it sit overnight. And I'll bring you back tomorrow to show you the final gloss and shine. For a product that is this easy to use, it has fantastic end results. So we'll be right back. We are all done. It took us 25 minutes to apply. Super fast and easy, and you can see I have over half the bottle left, so you could well do 2 vehicles with 1 bottle. So for those of you that his and hers, 1 bottle each. All right, we're gonna let this set up overnight. We'll see you in the morning. All right, guys, this is the morning after, and we are all done with our Technician's Choice ceramic coating. We did have 1 or 2 small high spots that I was able to remove with just a microfiber or possibly hitting it with fresh solution and buffing off. A couple of them were a little bit stubborn. In fact, I see one right here. Let me grab my microfiber. You can see it right here. And just come in the morning after, and it's very easy to remove. I can tell a huge difference in the level of gloss. I don't have a gloss meter. I don't think that that is something that my customers really care about, but I can tell you visually there's a huge amount of gloss in comparison to when the customer brought it to me. And even when I was looking back over the video as I was applying the coating, you could see a difference in the gloss as I was applying the coating and then came back and buffed and leveled it. You could see that it definitely was increasing just by the visual eye. So very impressive. So this is the morning after hydrophobics. As you can see, very hydrophobic, very nice tight beads. Very nice slick touch to it. It's not the slickest coating, but if you were to apply the Technician's Choice detail spray as your kind of drying aid or just as a topper every few washes, that is where you're going to have remarkable slickness. It's a really great product for that. So hopefully you guys enjoy this closer look at the Technician's Choice ceramic coating. I know there's not a whole lot of YouTube videos kind of showing it. Some people kind of shy away from using these entry-level coatings because maybe it feels like it won't validate them as a detailer. But if you are wanting to kind of introduce yourself or your customers to ceramic coatings, you're wanting something that's very user-friendly, very affordable. Hopefully you guys enjoy this closer look. If you have questions about this product or about other entry-level coatings, let me know in the comment section down below. Let me know what you think about this product. We've got a couple more things to button up on this detail. We will hopefully be doing some kind of side-by-side comparisons to a lot of entry-level coatings like the Meguiar's hybrid paint coating that they just released last year, the Avalon King XL coating, as well as some other products, Geon Can Coat. And if you guys have any other suggestions or products that you would like for me to demonstrate or to review, I'm going to have a test panel with a lot of entry-level coatings and then hopefully some more prosumer grade coatings, maybe even some professional grade coatings to kind of demonstrate the durability and difference. If you guys have questions, if you guys have comments about what you would like to see out of something like that or products that you might like to see on the panel, let me know. I know a couple manufacturers have reached out to me to have their products included in the test. So we're excited to kind of show maybe some different coatings that maybe you haven't heard of or seen, and maybe some really familiar names. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next detail. I am actually headed to Chicago next week to see Jason Otterness and Chicago Auto Pros. I'm going to be out there for a business entrepreneurial class. And if you guys want to kind of see a little bit of that. Hopefully I'll be able to do a little bit of filming, maybe share some of the knowledge that I'm learning from him and his team. But we will see you guys in the next detail. Make sure you subscribe. Stay tuned for future videos we have coming out. And you guys have a great day. Stay warm, stay safe, stay healthy.